It's almost been 7 years since we saw the announcement of Telltale's The Wolf Among Us 2, and now we're seeing that this game could release this year. Now, the game was first announced back in 2017, and we saw a little thing from the actors knowing that this game would actually eventually come out around 2018. But of course, we saw how that went, and now, look where we are now. In 2022, we got the very first trailer of the game, and I can say this is probably one of the best looking Telltale games we've ever had and probably will ever see from this company. In my eyes, I think Telltale have made an absolute and amazing comeback since they eventually went bankrupt in 2018, so kudos to you. Now, Telltale have actually advised that this game will release this year, but we have heard nothing, and now we are currently in April, and it's really only early 2024, and we're almost going halfway through the year now, but still nothing. However, my prediction is probably going to be around summer 2024 is when we're ever going to see something around the Summer Games Fest, so hopefully we do get a new trailer for this game and actually hope and expect a release date around August, or actually in July, which would actually be pretty decent. But I am starting to get very sceptical as we're already 4 months into 2024, but we've not heard a single thing, and Telltale has literally pulled the silence as a valid option on every single one of us. It's tough to say if Season 2 will actually live up to its predecessor, because I think Season 1 was just a masterpiece in itself with the story, the writing, the cutscenes, and all around it was just a very good Telltale game, especially coming out a decade before all this happened. I think they generally have a lot of things to live up to within this next season, and if they actually do things better, then they do things better, and if they make things worse, they make things worse. It's just probably going to be how it is. It seems like Telltale like to move around in the shadows with their content and games because they don't really ever say much in their Twitter bios or actually announce any certain games by giving us a little teaser, and I think they just decide to move silent in that way to give us more intrigue in what game they're releasing. Regardless if they actually do perfect this game, I can see this as being one of Telltale's greatest and if not best games they've ever created. As far as we know, the game is in a very steady development, and also we've actually probably wrapped up production by now. However, it is actually taking very slowly, but I just hope they actually use this time to perfect the game rather than just giving us a rushed project and the game just comes out looking all sloppy like we did with Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, we really don't want another Cyberpunk. We essentially want a clean 4K, high resolution, high definition, story driven based game. I don't really mind if they actually release the episodes like every couple of months or every month, since we might get the first episode around summertime. However, if they actually do that, I mean, I wouldn't really bother about that. I think if you just make one good episode, everyone's going to follow up after the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. So that, for as far as I know, that really doesn't really bother me, as long as they just do the episodes right, make them intriguing to the viewer, and actually want us to see them come back with more seasons in the future. I don't know about you guys, but I actually think having a full run of The Wolf Among Us like we saw with The Walking Dead would just be absolutely incredible. I think there's a whole lot more of this story that we need to unravel, and I don't think it just takes 2 seasons to do that. Whether we might get them in the next 10-15 years, regardless, I think we should at least have 4 or 5 seasons of this incredible series so far. I mean, it's only really just the beginning, and we're only really just touching the surface of what this series can actually do. With the wrap up of The Expanse, I actually do believe that they are going to start doing more to this game than ever before now by enhancing the game, giving it little tweaks that it needs, enhancing the graphics, and also probably improving the story, especially with the episodic tales that we actually will see monthly. And if they actually do it in correct order, then the fans will definitely come back and certainly want more, since we saw this story in over a decade. Now, what do I think will be the future of this game going forward in this year, and this is also the year that this game is about to come out. Personally, I'd say that we are going to be getting a trailer very soon, probably this month, probably next month. It could be around summertime, we have no idea yet, but who knows if we actually come out with this automatically out the blue and Telltale just doesn't do the silence as a valid option thing. I think they could actually just end up spelling out the release date for us and actually showing us what they've had in store and what they've been working on all this whole time. So I actually genuinely believe that's what they're going to try and do, and that is the reason why they're staying so silent. But at the end of the day, where it's a product, gaming is kind of like a gift, it's a work of art, and I just hope they actually do this justice the same they did with the first season. So let me know down below, guys, what you guys think of The Wolf Among Us Season 2. Are you excited for it, or do you think they're actually going to end up delaying this game again and giving us a 2025 release date. I mean, I generally don't want this to happen, especially if they have actually said that it's going to be 2024, and that would just be a major kick in the balls to all the people that were actually waiting on this game getting made and actually wanting to play it. So let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.